How to defeat the Sicilian defense with the Italian opening. You heard it right. Defeating the Sicilian defense with the Italian opening by Magnus Carlsen against Fabiano Caruana in the semi-finals of FIDE World Blitz Championship 2025. In the fourth game, when Magnus Carlsen only needed a draw, he played the Italian opening against the Sicilian defense. It's a new trend in the chess world. Magnus is playing against Fabi. He just needs a draw to qualify for the finals. And he kicks off this game with the king's pawn move. Fabi wants a win and he plays the Sicilian defense. And then Magnus plays knight f3, d6. In many of his games he plays c3 when he wants a draw. But in this game he played bishop c4. He doesn't want to play d4 and play the open Sicilian, and he just plays the Giuoco Piano, the Italian setup against the Sicilian. If you don't believe me, just watch it. Knight to f6, and then we have d3, just defending the pawn. It's like black played e5, knight c6, bishop c5, like in the Italian. We are playing against the Italian basically here with whites. So this is what we play against the e4, e5, and knight c6, knight f6, and Magnus Carlsen exactly played these four moves against the Sicilian defense. Can you believe it? And then let's see what happens. Knight c6, castle, once again. Typical move in the Italian, just let's go and castle and put our king in the safety. e6, black wants some d5s, and what we need to do in Italian is to preserve this bishop and to not let black take it with knight a5 or to attack it with d5. So we just play a4 to have this a2 square for the bishop. And after bishop e7, Magnus plays another Italian, very typical move, bishop to b3. With this move, white wants c3 in some position, rook e1, the bishop retreats to c2, typical Italian maneuvers, and then knight a5, bishop a2. You can see this kind of stuff also in the Roy Lopez in the Spanish opening. So white doesn't want to fight for the center with d4 and open up the center. He just wants to develop as exactly in Roy Lopez style, exactly in the Giuoco Piano style, b6 and then rook e1. And guess what, after bishop a6, black wants maybe some c4, d5, and Magnus just retreats the knight to f1. We have this maneuver, knight from b1, jumps to d2, goes to f1, and goes to g3 in Italian. And here Magnus just plays it against the Sicilian. It's a very nice setup, and white is completely better. It's good for those of you that wants to have a solid setup and doesn't want to have to know a lot of theory, and it will surprise many of your opponents. I know that many of your opponents will play the Sicilian defense, and this is it's a perfect game by Carlsen. Carlsen just scored 95.5% accuracy in this game, and after rook c8 he just plays c3. He just wants to go for d4. I played all of my life Italian, and this is all Italian stuff. d5, black just kicks with d5. He wants to open up. It's not the best move according to the engine. It says knight c6, knight d5, and it's very hard for black to play. If he plays c4, we're going d4. And when he plays d5, Magnus just pushes. And after knight to d7, he just puts the knight on g3. And here white wants to play d4 in future and have the control over the center, closing all of these things. And white has a good center, good space. And black tries to get some space in the center by playing d4. But it gives this e4 to white. And here, let's see what Magnus plays. He starts the kingside attack with h4. Once again, we have this kind of stuff to start the attack on the kingside. It's the main plan in the Italian opening, and here we also have it. White wants to just push. And if you take here, you think that, okay, I'm going to grab a pawn, then it will be very, very difficult to play after this, especially with this b4 takes, and you cannot go there because of here, and you cannot go there because of here. So you're going to lose a piece. So basically this bishop on e7 is protecting this b4. Look how clever Magnus is. But even if b4 doesn't exist, if black takes that pawn, it's very dangerous. It just goes knight c6 to put the pressure here. And let's look at this maneuver. How about this? He just plays rook to e4. A very great move using this e4 square. Of course, engine also suggests some knight h5, maybe h5, or in some positions just to go with knight e4. But Magnus uses this e4 to teleport this rook to g4 and to attack this king. It's just in attacking style, and he's not playing for a draw. So if you're wondering how to play for a draw, like Magnus just needs a half a point, just don't play for it. Just play your good chess. And if it happens a draw, okay, it's okay. But you don't have to play for a draw when you only need a draw. So you can Just continue the game and play powerful moves. Don't play coward moves. Like here black retreats the bishop and Magnus just plays queen to e2. You just have a simple plan, closing this, and if you take here, I'll just take back, no problem. Just developing the bishop either to d2 or g5 and then bringing the rook and then starting an attack against this king. King to h8, okay, he just wants to sidestep with the king. Okay, bishop to d2. Black could have played knight a5 in this move, maybe his best choice in this position. And after rook g4 to take on f3, to prevent queen f3 because there is knight e5. But after g takes f3, white will have some attack. He can just move the king and play rook h1 and then some attacks on the king. Computer might say it's equal, but white has the initiative and has a strong attack. So it's possible to play like this for black. His boy's choice, but he just played another move. He just played a6. He just played it very slowly, and now Magnus plays rook e1. And now if you play knight a5, rook g4, bishop takes f3, I can take it with the queen, so no problem. He just plays b5 with the idea to open up the queen side. So black's main idea is to open up the queen side, but white is much faster with knight g5. Now e5 is also protected by the rook, queen, and this rook also. And knight g5 just wants to bring the queen. And look at this black king, which is very alone on the king side. And after h6, he should have taken here, but bishop h5, bishop g5, then bringing the knight to e5, e7 to put it on g6. But he just plays h6. Fabi needs the win, and he just plays this. And here Magnus could have played queen h5, which is very good, but he's not afraid of anyone in the chessboard. He just takes on f1, f7, a brilliant idea, and after rook f7, we have bishop takes e6. This bishop now is a monster, and look at these black pieces, they are not in the defense. Black decided to give this rook, because if he plays rook f8, guess what? Bishop takes h6, boom, on the board, and if you take it back, then queen h5, it's just checkmate. If you take, I'll take, and even here, you're going to lose, because you will drop this knight on d7. So it's very hard for black to continue in this position. Rook f8, bishop takes h6, queen h5 just coming, so he just decided to play knight c takes e5, but then we have rook takes e5, even bishop f7 working, but now bishop f7, and now if you take back, I will take your bishop. So in the game, black just played bishop f6, but now Magnus is completely winning. He won an exchange. Pardon me, he doesn't won an exchange, he won 2 pawns. Now black has 6. Actually, he won just 1 pawn, but this bishop on e6 is very strong. I don't know why he played rook takes e5. He could have just simply taken bishop takes f7, but it's after rook c6, he just plays bishop f5. The king is also weak. White is a pawn up with a weak king on h8. Here takes, and black here even just probably blunders. Probably the position is very difficult already. It's after c takes d4, he should have taken back, but then f4 is the idea, and then to penetrate with queen e8. So he just took here, but now we have d5, and now both of them are on previous. He plays bishop takes d3, attacking the bishop, attacking the queen. Maybe he forgot about queen f3, because now it's a double attack, and here we have e takes f6. The rook is protected on e1. Takes queen to e3. Now Magnus is a piece up, and he just plays the bishop on c3, threatening checkmate. We have here, takes the pawn. Once again, he just plays, best move, he just plays knight h5 in this position, trying to take on g7. And when Caruana takes, he takes queen takes d3. He won this game. Black just resigned. Let's just review the game from the beginning. We have the e4, c5, knight f3, d6, bishop to c4. This is the Italian setup against the Sicilian defense. Once again, you can watch it. Of course, you don't have to play bishop here. You can just start with rook e1, knight d2. You don't have to copycat Magnus Carlsen every single move. Maybe if he plays it again, he doesn't play bishop b3. There is no need for it. Maybe knight d2, just covering this center. So on d5, you don't have to respond. You just play bishop a2. Yeah, but bishop b3 was also a nice idea. Fabi played knight a5, bishop b2. Fabi didn't get a play in this game. Like, he couldn't start, he just tried d5, but then even d4 he tried, but white started the attack, and this is the spirit. When you need a draw, Magnus just goes for it. He just goes for checkmate, and he converted the game very good. Just let me remind you, against Italian, if we're just going to play the Magnus moves against Italian, knight c6, bishop c4, okay, knight f6, d3, let's say bishop here. We also play castle, so on d6 we sometimes play a4 to preserve this bishop. Black usually plays a6, and now here even white can play bishop to b3, but usually rook e1, knight to d2. Even here is possible bishop a2, bishop b3, but But let's say this. It's exactly what happened in the game, and after castle we can go knight d2. And for example, in the game, okay, it's b6, but whatever, c6, we play rook e1. Here, of course, c3 will just hang the knight, but let's say some simple moves. Just rook e1 and then knight f1, knight g3, c3, some positions h3. But if it happens that white starts the kingside, he might also go for h4 ideas. So it's a very nice setup. You can play it against e5 and you can play it against c5 from now on. Just try it in your game and let me know how it goes. With this bishop c4, I will try it for sure in my own games to see how my opponent is going to react to it. I hope you enjoyed it and it was useful for you. And if you want to help me to grow in this channel, please like the video. It will help a lot.